ओम नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवी कौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पंचतादेशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna everybody. So yesterday what we saw was the Krishna told Arjuna that what he is everything. He is the what all he is. He made it very clear to Krishna. So very clear to Arjuna. So today Krishna is going to talk about the universal form. He is going to display the universal form to Arjuna. And we'll see what is his universal form, what all he told Arjuna, why he showed the universal form only to Arjuna, and why it was only Arjuna who could realize that, only Arjuna could understand what was the universal form. Okay, it's called the Vishwarupa Darshan. Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga. Arjuna said, by my hearing the instructions you have given to me about these confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now dispelled. He said, Krishna, all my illusion is now gone. Okay, you've dispelled all my illusions by the confidential spiritual subjects that you've taught to me. All that you've told me in the last 10 chapters, with all that, all my illusion is now dispelled. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you before me in the actual position as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered this cosmic manifestation. I want you to see that form of yours. Now Arjuna is asking Krishna, O Krishna, you are the greatest of all personalities and the supreme form, but I want you to show me. I want to know how did you enter this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. Now, what is Arjuna doing? With all this, is he doubting the Lord? Do you see that he is doubting the Lord? No, he is making sure that he is asking the right questions so that all the generations for the future, like us, we don't doubt the Lord in the future. Okay. How many of you have how many of you have your Ekadashi Vrata going? One. Okay, nice. So when there is this, the sunrise happens, you can go and break your fast. Okay, so if it is around 6:37, you should be able to break your fast. We sent you the timings for for breaking the fast, right? You can always follow that. Okay. Why did Arjuna ask Lord Krishna to show his universal form? Did he doubted Krishna? No. He considered himself special? No. To convince people who will consider Krishna as an ordinary person? Yes. Because he's asking because of us. Because we people don't believe what we read, what we hear. We believe only what we see or someone has seen and he has to give them their experience. So Arjuna asked, Krishna, please show me your universal form so that I can tell. And all the people in this, people who have come to the war, Kurukshetra, they'll see and they will be able to tell the future generations to come that we saw the universal form of Krishna. Right? To show how the great Krishna is, let us look at example the child in the family. Okay, so it's like an example of a child in the family. Okay, so what happens as a child, what do we do? A child asks so many questions, right? And we keep answering them. Do we say we ignore them? What happens when we ignore them? The child stops asking questions? No, right? The child continues and continues to keep asking questions, right? It keeps asking like, why happened? Why this happened? Why that happened? Why this happened? How could this happen? All that is there, right? And is there a limit to the kind of questions that they ask? No. So here, when Krishna is giving him the answers, giving him the knowledge, Arjuna is like the child. He says, Krishna, tell me more. Tell me more. I want to understand more. So he's just asking more and more and more. Interesting, no? To set the criteria for the future, there might be some fake gurus. So there will be a lot of fake gurus in this world, right? There are a lot of fake gurus. You agree? There are a lot of fake gurus in this world today. They claim themselves to be God. They claim themselves to solve all the problems. All that they will look at us, they get more and more money from us. And they live a lavish life, and we believe and then just make everybody believe that. A lot of people believe that they are gurus, they are the right guru. No, they are not. They're definitely not the right gurus. Who's the right guru? Who's coming through Guru Parampara. They have a proper disciple succession. They don't live the life of life, they don't live a luxurious life. They live life for the service of the Lord. They just continue to serve the Lord. Right? So you can see a lot of fake gurus who just carry money. And they call themselves to be, they claim themselves to be God. Who is God? They are not God. They're definitely not God, right? They are not able to solve their own problems. How will we take care of the whole world? And imagine, so the fake gurus, they call themselves God. They cannot even, they see, God is who is God? Who has created this whole world? Okay? He is Sachitananda Murti. He never expires. There is no death for the Lord. He never gets old. And these fake gurus, they continue to go old. They get all diseases, right? They are fake gurus. They are fake gurus who claim themselves to be God. We should ask them, show me the universal form. Okay. Now Krishna gives Arjuna asks for universal form, and Krishna shows him his universal form, in which all the Devi Devtas are there. All the demigods are there. You can see Krishna in the middle, Shiva, Brahma, then we have Ganesha, and all the gurus going on one side. On the other side, we have Vishnu, we have Hanuman, we have Kartikeya, we have other gods going on the other side. What does it show? See, we have again, from the Vishwarupa, in the Vishwarupa Darshan, one side you can see Shiva, the other side you can see Vishnu. So that's why we say Krishna is the supreme. Vishnu is an incarnation of Krishna himself. Right? So that is Vishwarupa Darshan. He's got all the demigods is within him. Okay, that's the large Vishwarupa Darshan that is painted. Normal vision cannot behold the cosmic form of the Lord. Through the normal eyes, we cannot see the cosmic form of the Lord. We cannot hold that. We cannot see such the whole world coming together. The Supreme Personality of God had said, "Oh my dear Arjuna, O son of Partha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of very divine and multicolored forms." Now he says, now look at me. I am showing you the Vishwarupa Darshan. This is my universal form. And now you can see all my opulences in this. You can see different ways in which I am in this world. I am everything in this world. There are hundreds and thousands of very divine and multicolored forms in this. It's such a huge, such a vast opulences that Lord has, and Arjuna is just looking at it. He's not able to digest, he's not able to digress what he's looking at. He sees every demigod in that drawing, in that Vishwarupa Darshan. He sees all the lords together. He sees all the sages together. Okay. And the whole army is looking at it and then looking at the Vishwarupa Darshan, and they're not able to understand what they are looking at. O best of Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen here before. You can see on the image also. All the Ashwini Kumaras are there. All the Adityas are there. All the demigods are there. All the Rudras are there. And God says, behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before. Now that's contradicting. Vishwarupa Darshan was no one has ever seen or heard before? No, right? When Krishna had a lot of Krishna in the child as a child was having a lot of mud. What did Yashoda Maya open his mouth, open Krishna's mouth and see? Krishna actually showed the Vishwarupa Darshan there, right? She saw the universe, right? You got it right. She did not see the Vishwarupa Darshan there. She saw the whole universe to be within the mouth of Krishna, inside the mouth of Krishna, right? So that's why Krishna says the universal form, no one has ever seen or heard of it before. You asked for it, Arjuna, and I'm showing you the universal form. This is my universal form. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is completely in one place. You're able to see that? Everything moving, not moving, living, non-living, material, spiritual, everything, demigods, sages, human beings, animals, everybody is there. And everybody is in the same place. That's why Krishna says, whatever you want to see in the future, whatever you want to see now, whatever you desire to see, and whatever you may want to see in the future, everything, moving, non-moving, is completely here at one place. And which is that one place? It is the Vishwarupa form of the Lord Krishna, universal form, with countless number of heads, countless number of hands, countless number of people in that, countless number of Maya. So Arjuna is just not able to digest anything. He cannot believe what he's just stunned by what he's seeing. Happens to imagine someone, if God comes to you in this Vishwarupa Darshan, we'll be frightened if God comes in his two-handed form itself, right? So look, come on, how did suddenly you come up? That will be our reaction, right? I was just praying to you. I did not mean anything offense. This is how we will react, right? But look at Arjuna. He's seen the complete Vishwarupa Darshan, complete universal form. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic affluence. So Arjuna, Krishna says, to see my universal form, your current eyes, you cannot see it. I need to give you a divine eyes so that you can see everything. Behold my mystic affluences. Okay? because it's so divine, it's so much, so it's Paramatma, and it's so much of brightness that your current eyes will not be able to see me as what I am. That's why Lord gives him the divine eyes to see it. And who else is saying this? Who else is saying Krishna in this Vishwarupa form? People in Kurukshetra, yes, they are watching, but they're not able to understand what is happening. Sanjaya is able to see it through his divine eyes, and he is explaining whom? Dhritarashtra. So the eyes are defective eyes. You see that? You see the right on the right, the image on the right. You see it moving. How many of you see it moving? Yeah, one person sees it moving. Yeah, there are some more people, right? So you see it moving, right? But it is not moving. It is a stationary image. You look at one place in any of those, any one, focus on one area of that image, it is no more moving. What is that? It's an illusion, right? See how the apple is on this side. Someone has eaten already one part of it. But when you see the image, the mirror image, or the image on the mirror, how does it look? It looks full, right? That is the illusion. That is the defective eyes we have. It's all illusionized. It's not the real thing that we are looking at. We commit mistakes. For success, we commit mistakes, right? We make mistakes and we carry the bag of mistakes and we walk towards the success. It happens in exams, right? When people are not able to be very comfortable, we don't know the answers. We say, see, few people to the next person and see if something can come up, right? What is it? It is all mistake. And what are we looking at to become successful? And what are these? These are shortcuts to success. So we are looking at the small picture with the microscope. And what does Lord want us to look at? He wants to look at this large picture with the telescope. He wants us to look at the telescope and see the whole world. He's looked at telescope and microscope. What do they give? Microscope makes small things big. If we copy, cheat, or exam, will that be considered a sin? That's a mistake. Okay. So when you see microscope, what happens? Our life is like a microscope. Small problems, we make it big. But what Lord wants us to look at. If it's a small problem, he says, look at the small problem through the telescope. What will you see? You see the problem to be small, and you'll see opportunities all around it. And that will be the big picture. So what should you use? You should use a telescope or a microscope. You should use the telescope. That's right. So our eyes cannot see the Vishwarupa Darshan. It's like our eyes are not even able to see a 3D image, right? And imagine Krishna has to give the Lord, give Arjuna a 3D image kind of an eyes so that he can have a look at the whole Vishwarupa Darshan. So see, 3D image, 3D glasses were probably there even then. Krishna actually gave him the 3D glasses to see gave Arjuna 3D glasses to see the Vishwarupa Darshan. Just on the lighter side, okay. So that's how it is. Sanjaya, now having seen the Vishwarupa Darshan, Sanjaya said to his king, Dhritarashtra, O king, having spoken thus, the supreme lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. And what is Dhritarashtra understanding out of it? What is his understanding? He understood nothing. Why? Because he's a He's so attached to his children. He's got so much of negative thoughts in his mind. What all that does, Krishna will not let people with a lot of negative thoughts to see his universal form or understand his universal form. Krishna doesn't allow us a second thing, but he himself doesn't understand. Now, does this answer the question some of you had in the first, in the few classes, that who is Vishnu? Vishnu is still an incarnation, right? Arjuna saw the universal form of unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful vision. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments. It's not normal ornaments, it's celestial ornaments, and bore many divine appraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. Do I need to explain this anymore? So I think that's clearly explained. Unlimited number of mouths, unlimited number of eyes, unlimited wonderful vision. Krishna showed him everything in this world, everything in this universe. And he said, everything is still expanding. In the last 5,000 years, Krishna has probably created another 5 worlds, 5 universes like what we are seeing today. And we believe we are the only place where that life exists. Krishna says, I am creating everything. I will let you know what you want to see. I will make you see what I want you to see. You send satellites to Mars, you satellites to Moon, you satellite outside the universe, nothing. Everything what you can see is what I want you to show. I want to show you. If I decide you're not seeing anything, you're not seeing anything. Right now? If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, the radiance might resemble the effluence of Supreme Personal in that universal form. Such brightness when Krishna was showing the universal form, that it was like thousands of sun rising together. Imagine one sun rising. Are we able to take the heat during summer? Imagine that becomes 2 suns and the temperature goes to 80-90 degrees. Then that's all, we are gone. Imagine thousands of suns. That's the brightness that Krishna was giving there. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see your body, many arms, bellies, mouths, eyes expanded everywhere, without limit. I see you no end, no middle, no beginning. So that's how Arjuna is explaining. Yes, I'm seeing you everywhere. You are everywhere. You're not on one direction. You're on all 3D. It's fine. It's 5D, 7D now. You're on all directions. You're everywhere. You're continuing to expand. I'm not able to. If you see the whole Vishwarupa Darshan, I see you no end, no middle, no beginning. He says like that's all the universal form I'm seeing. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effluence, spreading all the sides like by blazing fire of immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. He says, I'm seeing so many Sudarshan Chakra, I'm seeing so many crowns, I'm seeing so many people around. And you're continuing, and there's so much brightness everywhere. You're everywhere. Please, Krishna, you are the supreme prime objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all the universe. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. Now Arjuna has believed completely, and then he says surrender. He says like, you are everything. You are the fish, you are the Kalki, in the Kali Yuga, you will be the Kalki avatar, you are going to be you are the Narasimha avatar, you have been everything, you are even Buddha is considered an incarnation of Krishna. Buddha was an incarnation, Buddha was not himself to be considered a god. Right? Today also see a lot of Buddhist temples, they have a specific mandap for Krishna. Okay, there's a Vishnu mandapa or Krishna mandapa in every Buddhist temple, every Jain temple. Why? Because Mahavir and Buddha were an incarnation of Krishna himself. They worship the Lord the same way. Right? Their worship is different, but then they worship the same Lord. We say worship an incarnation of the Lord. That's why we say Krishna is the Supreme Lord. You are inexhaustible, you are the oldest, you are the maintainer of eternal religion. He says, the personality of God, this is my opinion. Now, Arjuna has completely agreed and completely surrendered. Now, he's not able to see the universal form anymore. He says, all the variations, manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasukis, the Sadhyas, the Vishwadevas, the two Ashvis, Maruts is again Hanuman and people, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding in you in wonder. Everybody is serving you. If you are everybody and everybody is serving you, Lord. I completely agree that you are the supreme. He says that's his opinion. All the pervading Vishnus, seeing with you many radiant colors touching the skies, your gaping mouths, and your great glowing eyes. My mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. Arjuna says, Krishna, this universal form is so scary. I can no longer maintain my steadiness and or equilibrium of mind. So please do not continue in the same universal form. Come back to your two-handed form, please. He requests Krishna to please come back to his two-handed form. He is no more able to see this. If Arjuna is not able to see the Vishwarupa, do you think we will ever be able to see that? See the Lord in the universal form, in the state of mind that we are in? Never, right? So we need to realize the Lord to a large extent. Arjuna was a perfect devotee. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with the allied kings, the Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also are rushing into your fearful mouths. Everybody is getting into the fearful mouth of the Lord. And some I see trapped with head smashed between your teeth. Arjuna says, all these people who are on the opposite side, I can see that they are all entering your mouth. And I can see some people's head are being crushed in between your teeth. He says, that's how Lord you are going. We see Lord is going to punish them. He says, I've already killed them. What is he saying? Arjuna, I've already killed them. You are only the instrument. I'm just using as an instrument to kill them and then give them moksha. Otherwise, they're all going to be killed. You see this, right? Arjuna saying that everybody, I can see everybody getting into your mouth. As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouth. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouth, as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire. So as everybody is entering, Arjuna is having an illusion of having seen that. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, Please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisance to you. Please be gracious to me. You are the principal Lord. I want to know you. For I do not know what your mission is. He says, Arjuna, Krishna, you are universal. I am completely surrendered to you. I offer my obeisance to you. But please tell me what is your mission. Please tell me what do you want me to do. Now Krishna says, therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you cannot be, and you can but an instrument in the fight. He says, I have already killed them. I already put them to death by my arrangement. So you are only an instrument. Don't worry about anything. Just go and prepare your fight. You prepare and fight. So what is now Krishna saying? Like whatever he has made, he's already made the arrangements, right? In our daily life, you see, Krishna has made every arrangement. Every good thing, bad thing happening, Krishna has already decided what to do. What is it that all that we have to do? Conquer your mind. Conquer your mind and say everything is being done by Krishna. Don't let it say that, no. Today is Shankranti, today is Gudi Padwa, today is the festival of Pongal. He said, it's okay, today, Prabhuji, I can actually quit classes, I can watch it on YouTube, but no, you guys have come. You guys have come to the class and you are attending the class. Why? Because Krishna has made that arrangement to do it. And you have conquered your mind already. And you want to attend these classes, right? Your mind, probably some of you, your mind in the morning said, like, why don't we join a little later? We can always watch it on YouTube. But you guys have already conquered your mind. Keep this conquering your mind going. When people had this, whoever had the Ekadashi Vrata happening, there are some things that always say like, maybe till evening, I can stop somewhere here. I can have something more. This is fine. This is okay to have. Your mind always keeps trying to conquer you. Mind is constantly trying to conquer you. But if you have not had it, you already started conquering your mind. Someone asked a question, how do we conquer our mind? So these are ways. These are spiritual ways by which you conquer your mind. Okay. Arjuna said, O master of senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respects, homage, the demons are afraid, and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. Now, Arjuna says, O master of all of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon seeing you. When we see the Lord, what happens? When we see the Lord, image of the Lord, what happens? Even without we realizing, we become happy, right? Why do we go to temples? When we go to temples, what happens? We even though we don't realize and we become happy. But what happens when the demons see, when you have done a mistake with yourself and you go see the Lord? What happens? We have a fear in ourselves. We know we've made a mistake. Do we go and stand in front of the Lord even at home where we do puja? There's a small temple at home and we do puja. When if we have done something wrong and you realize that it is wrong, will you be able to stand in front of the Lord? No, right? You agree? You'll not be able to stand in front of the Lord, right? There's always a fear. So that's a demon in ourselves. Although the perfected beings offer you the respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. What do? We say like, God, I made a mistake, I'm very sorry. And we keep fleeing around here and there. All this is rightly done. You are air and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water. You are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature. You are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisance to you and you thousand times and again and yet again. He says, Krishna, I offer my obeisance thousands of times, and I again offer thousands of times, and I again offer thousands of times, and I keep offering my obeisance. You are the air, water, you are the Panchabhuta, you are the moon, you are the first living being on this, living creature. Who's the first living creature? Brahma. Okay. Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Now Arjuna is fearful. Arjuna says, Krishna, I know you as my friend. And being a friend, I have addressed you many times by your name as Krishna. I have many times addressed you as the name of Yadava. Oh, my friend, not knowing your glories, I did not know you are the universal God. Please forgive whatever I have done in my madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relax, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses. What happens when you see a friend of yours, okay? He's a CEO of some company. He's a very big shot. He's an IAS officer. He's a police officer. When you see him, do you see him in that image? He just comes home and you don't know that. Do you see him in all that positions? What do you call him? You call him by his name, right? What happens? When he's your friend, you just go call him by his name and you tease him, you start making fun of him, all that happens, right? How many of you agree? When you don't know who the other person is. He's a friend. You know him as a friend as first. So that's what happened here. Arjuna says, Oh Krishna, you are the universal Lord, you are this, you are that. I'm afraid that I actually called you by your name many times. I'm not capable of having done that. I've done such a grave mistake. Please excuse me for all that. I've teased you. We have had food together. We slept on the same bed. All this happened, right? But please excuse me. I didn't know what you are the universal Lord. Please, Arjuna is asking for fear. After seeing the universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but I am at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as a personality of Godhead. O Lord of Lord, O Adobe of the universe. He says, Krishna, I have seen, I am not able to take it anymore, and I am very disturbed and fearful. Please show your universe, don't have your universal form, and show your form as the personality of Godhead. What is the form as the personality of God Himself? The two-handed form. Please show me your two-handed form. Please come back to your two-handed form. Sanjaya said to the Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-handed form, and at last showed him the two-handed form, and thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. Now Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, now the Lord from his universal form has come back to his four-handed form, and from his four-handed form he is now come back to his two-handed form, and and is encouraging the fearful Arjuna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear." He says all the demigods are praying. They are all wanting to see the universal form. But I don't show them. Demigods are all saying this are not the universal, the four-handed form. Okay. This is the form of mind you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. The two-handed form is not something that everybody gets to see. The demigods still go and see the Lord in the Narayana form, the Vishnu form, right? They're all seeing the Lord in the Vishnu's form, and that is the four-handed form. Krishna says, this two-handed form everybody wants to see. Now, this is again a proof that Krishna is the Supreme. And Vishnu is an incarnation of Krishna in the four-handed form. And all demigods worship Vishnu in the four-handed form. And Vishnu is an incarnation himself of Krishna, who is in the two-handed form. Even Devi Devtas don't often get a chance to see this form of Krishna. Arjuna got to see it because he is a very pure devotee. Who gets to see Krishna in his universal form or in his two-handed form? It is the pure devotee. The form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penance, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by these means that one can see me as I am. My dear Arjuna, only by the undivided devotional service, it is only by can I be understood. So Krishna says, if you want to understand me, you can understand me only through devotional service. I am standing before you and can thus be seen directly. Only this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. He says, if you want to understand me, there's only one way. What is that way? What is the only way to reach Krishna? Devotional service. Right? That's right. My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life and who is friendly to every living being. He certainly comes to me. What Krishna says, he has to make me the supreme goal. He surrenders his life to me. He does everything for me. He does everything in his day-to-day affairs thinking of me. Who is a friend to me, every living being. Okay, you serve everybody and in the name of the Lord. He certainly comes to me. He reaches the Lord. Okay, whom do you see in this image? Whom do you see in this image on the left? Which Lord is it? It is Krishna. Which temple is this? Anybody knows? Have you heard of a place called Udupi? No, it's not Tirupati. Tirupati is a large vigraha. Here it's a short vigraha. You've heard of a place called Udupi in Karnataka? Yes, right? Yeah. So on the right, it is Kanakadasa. Kanakadasa is on the right side. Okay, it's the Kanakadasa is very strong devotee of the Lord. But he was a Shudra by birth, not by knowledge. Okay, he was a Shudra by birth. So what used to happen those days, that people who were born in the Shudra community were not allowed inside the temples, right? There are still temples who do this differentiation, no? Now Kanakadasa is then a great devotee of Lord. So he sings so much of songs about Lord. Have you heard of a song called Bhagyada Lakshmi Baramma? That's a song, any Carnatic music, when they say, they hear about it, they sing about it. So not Bhagyada Lakshmi Baramma, it's Krishnani Begane Baru. They say, Krishnani Begane Baru. Can you come soon, Krishna? You heard of this song, right? And there are so many singers who keep singing this song again and again and again. He says, Krishna, you come soon. And he is Kanakadasa, who's outside the temple and singing. And he's not able to go inside the temple. He goes behind the temple and asks Krishna, can you give me a darshan, please? People are not letting me inside. Inside the main sanctuary, which is like main temple, the Garbhagraha, where Krishna is there, I'm not allowed to see from the front. I can only see you from the back. There's a small window in the back. I can only see you from there. You know that at Udupi, today nobody can see Krishna from the front. Everybody has to see Krishna from the rear side, through a small window. Why is it so? Because when Kanakadasa requested Krishna, Krishna turned from the front. He turned toward the rear and gave his darshan to Kanakadasa. He turned 180 degrees. And these are not some things that people have installed the deity in the wrong direction. No, these are real happenings. These are real stories. They are real historical stories which have happened. So this is not something, an imagination of someone. This is reality. And Kanakadasa was such a strong devotee that Krishna turned towards him. And that's how Krishna likes the devotees. So if the devotee asks for something, Krishna is going to offer him everything. How to begin undivided devotional service toward Krishna? Who's going to answer? How to begin? So what do we do? Nama Sankirtan. Exactly. So we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everybody. Any questions we can take today?